everyone, I'm Deanna and I'm really excited about this video. This video has been highly requested and this video is all about how to remain pure until marriage. So this video is for you if you're currently in a relationship and you want to remain pure till marriage, wait till marriage. And this video is also for you if you happen to have a slip up, however, you want to start all over again so that when you get to the altar on the day you finally marry that guy, you can say we did it, we had discipline and we made it and we honored God. So let's get into it. Okay, so a little bit of context. In the past, like way back in the day, just kidding, about 4 years ago, I used to, do a little spanky danky. I used to be intimate with, anyways, let's not, yeah. All right, so then I gave my life to Jesus, and then I just had this desire in my heart to honor God and wait till marriage and to just fully honor Him with my body, with everything. So I began to learn discipline and self-control. And so the way I would say that I learned discipline and self-control was through fasting. I would fast a lot. In the beginning of my walk with God, I would pray and ask God, like, what do I do? And I really felt in my heart that I needed to fast. So I would say fasting is the thing in my life that taught me discipline and self-control, because when you're fasting for about 30 to 40 days and you're denying yourself and saying, no, I'm going to stick to this, it creates this inner strength in you. So I would say that was the beginning of how I began to learn discipline. The other one was, I remember one time, in the beginning of my walk with God, I would still make out with people. And I remember I truly felt in my heart, like I heard God say, how do you expect me to use you to speak my word, and how do you expect me to use you to speak to other people about me if you're tainting your tongue, if you're contaminating that tongue? And I was like, oh my gosh. And that was a huge game changer for me. After that, I was in this place where I was like, God, I don't want to just kiss anyone. Like, I really want to honor you. And it's so easy to want to be in this place of like, okay, I'm going to choose my flesh because it's instant gratification. It's the much easier route. And, when we choose God's way for our life, which is wait, trust, timing, patience, it can be annoying. It really can, because you're like, God, I want it right now, especially if I like Him. I want it right now. And God's like, will you just trust me? Will you wait? Will you see? Will you realize how good I am? So for me, in my heart, I really knew that God was good and that what God had in store for me was going to be good. But it was so hard because I was like, oh gosh, I love going on dates every weekend. I love getting to know different guys. I like just like going out with guys and getting to know and finding my potential, probably my new husband, whatever. And it was so retarded. It was just more from this place of not wanting to feel lonely and also a lack of trust in God. So when I truly felt God saying to me, like, stop tainting your tongue, like, will you trust me? Like, will you allow me to use you? If you want to be used, stop just contaminating your tongue. Like, I really felt God saying, like, just trust me, choose me. And so that's what I did. And so I really wanted to just do God's will. And it was amazing what happened. I learned so much just discipline. I learned to rely on God. I learned to honor God. And what comes to mind is like, if you can honor God who you can't see, how much more will you honor your husband and respect your husband? And now that I'm married, I see that the way I could wait under God and trust, like, it helps me in my marriage, and it's a beautiful thing. So going back to how to stay pure, I would definitely say pray about it and ask God, would you like me to fast? And if so, what would you like me to fast doing. I, for example, did mine on different things that were a true sacrifice for me. So one would be for about 30 to 40 days, I did a fast on no face makeup. And then I did one on, I can't remember that. I did social media. I did different ones, like things that meant so much to me and that I felt like I couldn't live without. I did it and it was amazing. And whenever my flesh would, when I would feel certain things, because I used to struggle with a pornography issue and a masturbation issue, whenever I would feel things like that, I would just pray and say, like, I rebuke you, I don't accept it, and I would play worship music and focus on God. And by the grace of God, I did not give into it for 4 years. I remained strong in God and relying on Him, like shifting my focus from the feeling to Jesus. I remember hearing this girl say once that the way she was able to stay pure till marriage was that in the middle of the night she would get these feelings, these sexual feelings. So what she would do is, because she didn't want to respond to them and she wanted to honor God, she was eating all these cookies. And even though she gained a lot of weight, she said it was so worth it because she waited on God, and like she just waited, and it was worth it. And then I see her life now, and she's like super in shape, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And so I'm not telling you go eating cookies, but there's different things you can do, like go for a run, call a friend, ask for prayer. There's different things. And then once you're in a relationship, I would say that's where the real test is, to test out your discipline, your self-control. For me, it was, when I was dating Austin, which is Austin, for those of you if you're new, Austin's my husband. So when I was dating Austin, it really showed where I was at. And there was times that I really just was like, oh my gosh, let's see how far we can take it. Even though in my heart, I knew that we wouldn't take it as far as to become one until marriage. I still like to mess around and be like, I wonder how far we could take it, because I like adventure, I like excitement. However, I thank God that my husband has really good discipline, and I also have really good discipline, because even though there was times where I wanted to be adventurous and be like, ooh, I wonder what could happen, I could feel the Holy Spirit convicting me and being like, no, stop, or don't kiss him in his neck. That's a never. So for you, if you, for example, if you were to make out with your boyfriend and that's just too much for you and it would make you want to, take it to another level, then I would encourage you to making out completely. For us, for my husband and I, we could actually make out because it didn't really take us to that place. And even if it somehow did, we would just stop. We had that self-control. However, if we were to somehow like start kissing each other in the neck or some, neck or shoulders, whatever, that's a big no-no. So we knew for us, that's like, no. Other things would be like, I love cuddling, and especially in winter, you just want to cuddle. And, sometimes you're watching a movie and you just want to lay on him and then you guys get a little closer. The other thing I would suggest is if you're going to watch a movie with him and let's just say there's nobody else in the house, I would say wear have different blankets. Don't be under the same blanket together, because that's a huge temptation. And the reason why I give all these things, and I know a lot of Christian women watching at the moment will say everything you're saying is inaccurate, you're misleading people. However, not everyone is going to be in the same place. And also, we live in a new world, okay? You can't pretend and sit there and think just hang out in groups and you'll be fine. The real life story, the real life thing is that not everybody does that. So this video is for women that, women like me. I was in a long distance relationship, and when I saw my husband, when we were dating, it was we were always together in the same place, and we were able to stay strong. I know it doesn't happen for everyone, but I'm encouraging you, if you're in those situations. Obviously, you do not want to, if you can avoid it, avoid it. But I'm giving you tips of things that work for me. So it would be that. And then one of the best things you can do is when you hang out, I would encourage you to pray. And if you have a devotional, spend some time with God together to shift your focus towards God and focus on Him. Because if you can focus on God when you guys are first hanging out, it shifts the focus for everything. I mean, yeah, people want to say like, oh, don't hang out at the house, things could happen. But the reality is, even if you go to the movies, things can happen. It doesn't matter where in the car. If you want something to happen, it's gonna happen. So this is my real talk for my real girls that keep it real 100. And the next thing would be have a friend that you can be 100% real with, that if somehow there were to be a slip up, or you're like lusting over your boyfriend and you're just having these thoughts, or you want to do things, someone that you can text right away, or call and ask for prayer. And if something were to happen, that you can say, look, this is what I did and I don't want to do it again. Can you please pray for me? It doesn't justify what has been done. However, it's you saying, I don't want to go back to that place. So it keeps you in that place of accountability, having that accountability partner. And the other thing would be to be in alignment with your boyfriend. So to know that the person you're dating wants the same thing, because if he's not fully there, or maybe you're 50% there, it's a lot harder to remain pure until marriage. And I know it's really hard, but I'm telling you, from someone that waited, it is so worth it. I know what it's like to be on the other side of hey, I sleep with guys and I got no marriage, to hey, I decided to honor God, I decided to honor myself, and most importantly, I decided to honor my husband, to treat him like a diamond, the diamond he is. And when you get to the altar and you wait till your honeymoon night, it is so worth it. You will want to get on your knees and thank the Lord for the strength He gave you, and that you said no, because it is so worth it to honor. Just the word honor is so beautiful. So yes, the devotion, accountability partner, make sure that you and your boyfriend are in the same place where you both want that, where that's the focus. And to learn to say no, that no is okay. So if you guys are making out and it starts getting really heated, no, that's enough. Let's take a break. Let's back it up, homie. So just keep it real, and just know that when you're married, this is from personal experience, when you're married, it's a beautiful thing to be in that place where your husband can look at you and look at you in awe, to know that for him to look at you in that place of awe, to know that his woman decided to respect herself and respect him. Because ladies, men are valuable, they're diamonds, and it's a beautiful thing for them to know that you're respecting them. So yep, that's my I guess my encouragement for you, to trust in God, to wait, and most importantly, like to pray to God, ask God to give you the strength and to rely on Him. And yeah, I hope these tips helped you. I know that they helped me out a lot. And if you have any other questions, let me know. I would love to just share with you. I think I'm going to make a part 2 to this video. So let me know what else you would like me to add. And yeah, I love you all. I really hope that you remain strong and wait on God's timing, because I'm telling you, it is worth it. Yes, I waited 4 years, but it is better to wait 4 years in the strength of God than on your own strength, waking up and realizing that you hate your life and that you hate the fact that you mistreated your body. It's a beautiful thing to purify yourself in God, to become pure, and that when you get to the altar, that you will be presented pure and white and honorable. So I just want you to know that you are honorable, and no matter what your past is, God sees you, He loves you, He sees you dressed in white, He sees you as pure. It doesn't matter what past you have, you can do this. I believe in you. God will give you the strength, and yeah, it's really awesome. It really is. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, because we have amazing topics. And comment below and share with a friend that could use it. All right, love you. Mwah!